Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. This is Miss Coleman, fifth grade math and science teacher here at Haynesville Junior Senior High. I want to take a moment just to introduce myself. I am married with 4 children and 4 grandchildren. I have a wonderful dog named Dee Dee and 2 rabbits named Adam and Blossom. I have a bachelor's degree in science of education, and I attended Bossier Parish Community College and the University of Louisiana in Monroe. I've been teaching for 3 years, and before I became a teacher, I was a soldier in the United States Army. And below you can see a few pictures of my family and myself and my dog. I want to talk a little bit about our schedules because things are going to look a lot different this year. So we have sanitizing first thing in the morning before we enter our classes. We'll enter class and begin roll and sprints. Sprints are their bell ringers. We will shortly start our small group lessons immediately after that, and the groups will be in 2 separate groups. So there'll be a small group and a computer group. Shortly after those lessons, we will begin sanitizing the room and ourselves again. We'll take our bathroom breaks, and then we will switch groups. So the computer group will move to the front and the small group will move to the back. We'll finish those lessons and we'll go through sanitizing again, replacing supplies, doing any of that sort of thing, taking our buckets from one class to the next. And then we'll continue to science lessons and then sanitizing, preparing for lunch, and then lunch recess. This is for the morning group, the group that has me for homeroom. The afternoon schedule is very similar. You can see that here. The only difference is they come to me after lunch versus coming to me before. And when we end this class, they will all be loading the buses or going out for their rides to the cars or whatever they do to go home. We have 2 different curriculums here. So in math, we use Zearn. There is a lot of information at the Zearn website at zearn.org. I put that down here at the bottom where it says, this is where the address is here. Okay, we do small group instruction by me. There's a computer component with a virtual teacher. They also have individual practice and exit tickets in that particular lesson. So for science, we're going to be using PhD Science. This is phenomena-based lessons directed by me, and then there are experiments, research, data collecting. We do cross-curriculum through literature, and we also do workbook completion, charts, and tables. That curriculum can be found at greatminds.org. Classroom expectations. So we have to follow directions quickly and quietly, raise our hand for permission to speak, raise our hand to get out of our seats, make smart choices, and of course we want to keep our teacher happy. So health precautions. We want to make sure that we're washing our hands every 2 hours, sanitizing supplies, desks, computer at every transition, social distancing to the highest extent possible, wearing masks when moving through hallways, common areas, or classrooms, and remaining in static groups. Our consequences for not following instructions and our classroom rules is going to be to complete a think sheet, conferencing with students, separation from the group or written assignments during lunch or at home, loss of recess, PE, or pep rallies, contact by parent by phone with student present, or parent-teacher conferences, or referral to administration. And those are in extreme cases, of course. All right, so grades. So this is how the grades are weighted in my classes. So we have math. In math, our exit tickets are worth 10% of our grade. Homework is 15. Computer lessons are 30. And the remediation enrichment lessons are 10, and sprints are 35. In science, experiments are 35, models are 20, notebooks are 5%, and assessments are 25. Goals for students should strive for this year. Okay, so we should come to class every day and take it seriously. We need to do our homework. We should ask questions, explore and try new things, and make a commitment to reach out to others for help or to offer help. So as a parent, there are some things you can even do to help in the classroom. So if you'll read the parent letters that are sent home for Zearn at the start of each module, these can also be found on the school website for 5th graders, which I will give you the link to here at the end. Read the parent tip sheets, which are also sent home for PhD Science at the start of each module. Check for student homework, which is sent on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Read the homework helper with your child. Set an early bedtime. Check student grades regularly at the Claiborne psb.org website, monitor the Google Classroom, and provide an email address to the school for communication. This is contact information for myself. You can contact me at the school email address, which is ccoleman@claibornepsb.org. You can contact the school office at 318-624-0152. You can instant message me through Class Dojo. And if you haven't come by the school to do the meet and greet in the last 2 days, the Class Dojo codes will be sent home with your student on the first day. Also, there is a classroom site link. This is a website that Ms. Gray and I have designed just for information for parents and students. It will be kept up with regularly throughout the year. That website is listed there, and that link will also be sent home with your students the first day of school. If you haven't got any more questions for me, I will turn this over to Ms. Gray. Is there any more questions? Okay, perfect. All right, Ms. Gray's coming now.
Okay, I am Miss Gray, and I teach ELA and 5th grade social studies, and a lot of our procedures will be done the same in our class as far as our sanitizing, in which you will see that on this slide. They will enter the room quietly. Everyone will sanitize upon entering the room, and then they will start their bell work. We will also take breaks in between and sanitize just to, kind of get up moving and clean our areas to keep that clean. Hand signals, we use hand signals in my classroom. So as far as restroom, that's one finger. If they need tissue or hand sanitizer, that's 2 fingers. They hold it up in the air. If they need a pencil sharpener that's sharpened, that's 3. Trash can, that's 4. And if they have a question that pertains to the lesson, that's 5. So that just keeps everybody from not yelling and screaming out all at the same time. Classroom rules are pretty simple. We mind our own business. We'll respect others. If it's not yours, do not touch it. That's one of the big things now is to, have our own material and not bothering everybody else's materials. Be prepared every day for class and have a positive attitude. As far as homework and things like that, we don't have a lot of homework that goes home because we do a lot of our assignments in class. Rewards and consequences, possible rewards. Verbal praises, homework passes, bell ringer passes, sit with a friend, which with the social distancing, that one is used as wide. Bring a snack to class, have lunch with the teacher, or sit in the teacher's chair. Possible consequences, they will have removal of dojo points, conference with the student, call home to the parents. They will have a written assignment during lunch, or if they've had it multiple times, it may even have one that is sent home. Lunch detention or Friday detention if that is available. And for severe cases, they will be referred to administration. In our ELA, we use LearnZillion guidebooks, and our guidebook curriculum is designed to engage students in reading, thinking, talking, and writing about engaging grade level text on meaningful topics. And this remains a core design principle which designs for remote and hybrid learning environment. We do a lot of group work, group discussion, peer discussion, and things like that. This year, our text that we will be reading is The Birch Bark House, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, The Making of a Scientist, and Wonderstruck. We're going to start with The Birch Bark House, which is about a little Indian girl, and it goes with a year in her life and how that year pans out in her life. In social studies, we use the state mandated material. We will start with the indigenous culture, which is the Native Americans, which kind of goes along with the Birch Bark House. So the two subjects will kind of intertwine. Grading. Grades are based on accumulation of points. Points are based on completion of assignments or daily work. Sometimes they may have a project or exams, or if for some reason they don't finish classroom work, it becomes homework. Progress reports will be sent home. You can also check, as Ms. Coleman said, you can monitor your students' grade on the Claiborne Parish website. And then I also have our grading scale there. This year we will be using our Google Chrome notebooks a lot. So the students will be able to get used to using those as far as typing and sending their work back to me, or emailing it back to me, and completing those assignments on the computer. If we are sent home virtually, they will be able to navigate through their LearnZillion program and their Google Classrooms, because they will already have done it in class starting from day one. My pledge to the students is that I will trust you until you give me reason to do otherwise. I respect you and work with you to solve problems. We will promptly correct. I will promptly correct and offer feedback on your work, and I will work with you to meet learning goals, and I will offer extra help as needed. A few other things that I would like to go over. Do I need to close this out, Ms. Coleman?
No,
so they can do it. I don't know how to do that.
So we'll go stop share right here, and they can see you.
Okay. A few things that I know that we may need to touch on is in the mornings when you get here, if you do not ride a bus, drop off and pick up, that you will drop off behind the school at the junior high gym. It will be a first car drops off, then the second car drops off. We're not all getting out at the same time. And as far as fifth grade, they will exit out in the evening if they are car riders through the front of the building. So in the morning you drop off in the back, and in the evening you pick up in the front. Okay. And I look forward to meeting each and every one of your students.
Okay, it's Ms. Coleman again, and I just wanted to touch briefly on some concerns that we discussed today when I met a few parents. And I know that several of you are really trying to consider whether or not you want to do virtual or in class. I would like to encourage you to send your kids to school. We really have done a lot to keep them safe here while they're with us. But more than that, if there is a time that we ever have to go home and do virtual learning, they need to be here so that we can teach them how to do that. Because of course they'll go home with their laptops, but in order for them to know how to use our Google Classroom, they really need to be here for us to teach them that. Another thing I would like to also tell you is that for parents, there is a YouTube channel by the school that has got videos on it to explain to you how to use Google Classroom also, so that you can navigate that with your students. I hope that we have helped you and that we have answered as many of your questions as possible. Please feel free to call the school if you have more questions. And we look forward to seeing you the first day of school on August 10th.